Welcome to Picture Healer channel. Today we are going to look at the Chinese face reading. Why do we want to learn the Chinese face reading? First, we can learn more about ourselves by looking at the appearance. Once you know your advantage and disadvantage, you can learn to modify it or make some corrections so you can have more control of your life. Another reason is to learn more about other people around you. If you are going to have a partnership, work relationship, or romantic relationship, you can do the basic face reading and you can see if there is any hidden problems or personality issues. So that gives you some reference to prevent any future problems. When we talk about the Chinese face reading, we must know that there are many different schools, so they will have different charts. When you search online or try to learn from books, you will see different type of charts. They might look totally different. And that's the same with learning feng shui or Chinese medicine. Even though there are many different schools, the basic ideas are the same. For example, the face can be divided into 3 parts, the top, middle, and the bottom, and each part is corresponding to certain ages. And different zones are related to different areas of your life. So what should we look at when we are trying to analyze a face? The obvious one is to look at anything abnormal in certain areas of your face. Maybe you have a scar, maybe you have a big pimple recently, or you have different growth or different color, texture, or different bone structures. Some might have more protruded bone in certain areas and more depressed in certain areas. They can all mean different things. Another one is to look at the proportions. Maybe the skin and texture looks normal, but overall it's out of proportion. They can all mean different things. Another way that can be difficult to identify, but very important, is to look at the color. Besides the color we can see, such as red, blue, black, we can pay more attention to the brightness or dullness. It's almost like a light. When people are healthy and lucky, you can feel the color is brighter, more red and shiny. And when the person is in bad luck, it might become darker and more dim. Maybe it's not physically black or blue color, but you can tell it's lack of energy and less bright. It is hard to describe, but with a lot of experience, you can tell a person's current luck by just looking or feeling if there's any brightness or glow on the face. The next question is that if we can change our fortune by plastic surgery or by makeup. Your natural appearance shows your true personality. It's hard to say if the plastic surgery can reverse your fortune. But if you are aware of your problem areas, I'm sure some makeup can improve your luck. In Chinese fortune telling, we always say the best solution is to change from your heart, because your appearance is a reflection of your inner self. So if you change your mindset, change your behavior, and change your personality, after a while your appearance will look different. So that's a longer lasting way of changing your fortune. Now let's learn the basic Chinese face reading. I'm following this chart, and the basic areas and names are the same for most charts from different schools. I have the Chinese name on the left and the English translation on the right. And here I put the hair, so you can see the relationship of the hair and the sum of the zones on your forehead. First, I'm going to start with center forehead. And here it includes heaven palace, governing emptiness, center upright, and yin tang. And for this whole area, it's related to your career, your fame, and your position and status. So if this area is fuller, it's more raised, with bright color and even skin tone, it means career luck, fame, promotion, and high ranking positions. In the traditional Chinese culture, that can mean working in the government or serving the emperor. And on the opposite, if it's not perfect in this area, if the skin is blemished, sunken, or discolored, that can mean more challenge in career or in your status, and it's harder to have a high ranking position. The second zone is about the eyes and eyebrows. Both eyes and eyebrows shows your true personality and temper. And there are many variations. We'll look at the shape of the eyebrow, the thickness, texture, and the proportion, and also the size of your iris and the white part of the eyes. We are not going to talk about the detailed variations and combinations. But here we just know the eyes and eyebrows can reflect the natural personality. And if these areas are out of proportion or have some blemish, discoloration, scars, that can mean imbalanced personality or extreme personality. Next, we have the tear hole that's below the eyes, and also the romance gate. That's the area between the end corner of your eyes until the front of the ears. So those two areas are related to relationships, romance, and children. So if those two areas are bright and healthy, it indicates happy relationships and easy to have many children. But if it's dark, blemished, sunken, or with other imperfections in these two areas, that can mean issues with relationship and also difficult to have babies. The next section, we're looking at the nose. That includes the mountain root, the ear top, longevity top, the nose tip, and the justice officer and correction officer on both sides. So the mountain root or the sangan, this area indicates management skills and power or status. If this area looks good with the right proportion, right height, that means you have more people following you and supporting you. And if this area is very low and not full enough, it can mean less support or less helpful people. So in a sense, it means it's harder for you to achieve your ambitions because you are on your own. The next part is the ear top and longevity top. It's the nose shaft, and both are related to health and a long life. So a fuller, brighter, blemish-free area here indicates good health and a long life. And if there's any scar, blemish, or the dark blue color here, that can indicate illness or hidden health issues. Next is a nose tip. If you have a rounded, well-proportioned nose tip that's fuller and brighter, it means good fortune and wealth. And that can also mean kindness and intelligence. And if this area has blemish, discoloration, or with a strange proportion, that can mean less prosperity and less fame in general. Next, we'll look at the justice officer and correction officer. That's the nose wings next to the nose tip. Similar to the nose tip, if these two areas are fuller, brighter, with good proportion, that means ability to accumulate wealth and fortune. And if there's any skin issues, discoloration or thinner skin here, that can mean harder to save money or accumulate wealth. The next area is the mouth and the 人中, the human center. The human center is the area between nose and the mouth, and it's related to offspring lock or the relationship lock. When the groove here is well defined and long enough, that means you have good relationship lock and you can have many kids and even many grandchildren. So this one is kind of similar to the tear hole and the romance gate around the eyes because it's related to relationship and children. If this 人中 area is shallow or darker or very short, it can mean difficult to have kids or tendency of being lonely and less company of family members. The next one is mouth or Mercury, according to this chart. And the mouth is about reputation and trust. When the lips are fuller and defined with healthy color and texture, that means good reputation and trustworthiness. If lips are thinner, pale, dark, or uneven, it can mean insincere talking, maybe tendency for lying, cheating, or being cold-hearted. The next section is chin area. We have the 城江, the liquid holder, and the 地阁, the earth room. The area below the lips is called the liquid holder. It's related to drinking, eating, and medicine taking. If this area is fuller, thicker, without any blemish, it can mean the person can enjoy a lot of drinking, especially the alcohol, and the person can take medicine effectively. So that means the person can enjoy social life, eating, drinking, and also healthy because he can recover from illness easily. If this area is darker with blemish or black mole, it can mean indulgent in drinking, or the person has less ambition and less effective when taking medicine. The last area is called 地阁, the earth room. This is the chin area, and this is related to real estate lock and the financial lock. The earth room is an area for accumulating wealth, and usually a thicker, fuller, and shiny area here is better. And a thinner, a sunken, or a very sharp earth room means less luck in real estate or finance, and tendency for being cold and cruel. So according to the Chinese face reading, a rounded chin is better than a thin, triangle, sharp chin, because a rounded chin can mean financial prosperity, especially in the older ages, because the chin area is related to older ages of your life. So that's the basic of the Chinese face reading. You can examine your face and see if there's anything you can improve. Sometimes you just need a little makeup or maybe a little bit trimming of the eyebrows to stay in the best shape. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.